Herbivore.
Good morning. How's everyone doing? Let's get comfy. Who's in the house? Vegan Metalhead, you're here. Hello, Hench Herbivores. Lovely Angharad. Good morning, everyone, from my mum and I. Do subscribe to Angharad. She's a young YouTuber, if you did not know, and she's lovely. E-Fun. Morning, everyone. E-Fun. I think you might be new in here. I'm not sure. If we've not chatted before, where in the world are you? How's the vegan scene? And how is veganism treating you? If indeed you are a person of vegan persuasionage, everyone's welcome. I'm making assumptions there. Eliza's here. She's got a channel as well. Check out her videos. And Harad with them great emojis. She's a great user of emojis, I'll tell you. Aled is here again. How are you doing, my friend? And Matthew Carvel as well. I recognise that name. JL, what's your favourite vegan food, you guys? Masala dosa for me. Masala dosa with sambar. Delicious. Love that Indian. What is you guys' favourite cuisine? I think mine is Indian. What else do I like? I like Mexican. I quite like Italian. Probably Mexican I'd put in second place. Not had much Thai, but some of the Thai I've liked as well. John Girl, morning Hench, just returned from a 6k run in a forest. Nice. My endurance on the vegan diet is insane. Yeah, that's the general consensus, isn't it? I think, well, how are you eating? Like, from my perspective, it seems to be that high carb, of course, we're fueling our muscles. I guess our best fuel source. And, you know, vegan diets tend to be higher carb, or certainly they can be the highest carb if you are eating like a healthy version of it. And then, of course, you've not got saturated fat and things which are vasoconstrictors, so they like slow your blood flow down. But we have like the leafy greens, the beetroot, you know, which creates nitric oxide in the body, which is vasodilating, so our blood vessels open up, and then we deliver oxygen and nutrients. We expel waste products from the muscles, and it gets carried off. You know, I think there's a few benefits to a healthy vegan diet in terms of endurance. What's that cat doing? Cowboy? What are you doing? Hang on, I think he's being a knob. What are you doing? That's weird, I can't even see him anywhere. He's plucking something. He's never not plucking anything, that boy. The vegan metalhead had veggies and rice this morning for my actual breakfast. Oh, hang on. I think that was the end of a sentence. Had veggies and rice this morning for my actual breakfast. It will be a berry. So what was that? A pre-breakfast. Berry smoothie with 3 tablespoons of flax, chia and hemp seed blend. Good choice. Very good, John Galt. JL is in the house. And Harad with the plant-powered biceps there. JL, favourite fruit? It changes. Like a really good honey mango, you know, those yellow Bangladeshi mangoes. Like a really ripe watermelon. Like a really ripe pineapple. It changes. Papaya, mangosteen, lychees, medjool dates. I have like several which I think are all on a sort of equal. If I had to say one, I think I'd say honey mango, most probably though. But then like a bit of variety is nice as well, isn't it? If you ate those for a while, it'd be nice to have like a watermelon. Efan, hello and good morning, Paul. Hope you're well, mate. I hope you're well too. Where in the world are you? How's the vegan scene there? And how's veganism treating you, Efan? I'm interested. Vegan Metalhead loves Japanese cuisine. Yeah, I like quite some sushi and ting. Angel Keeper, pull that picture of you with that pig is so lovely. Isn't it just? I want to visit a sanctuary so badly, but not sure if there's any in Wales. We'll need to have... Oh, there'll be plenty. There'll be plenty about, don't you worry. Rob Chino's in the house. Good to see you. Yeah, ramen. Ramen for the win. Good point, JL. Blood Hill is here. Vegan Mooncat. Subscribe to him. He is... simply the best. I don't mind admitting. Anchorad with the cowboy emoji. Why don't you guys use the emojis very much, or special emojis? And I'm saying that, and I'm sort of conscious that I don't use them. Right, I'm going to hit you up with some Hench Herbivore emojis. So these are available, as Anchorad said, if you join the channel, if you become a channel member. for as little as $4.99 a month. So there you go. There's our lovely emojis. You've got an angry hench, a herbivore army soldier, a cowboy, plant-based biceps, a gemma, a good words, a happy hench, and oh god damn, a shark. Where's my shark? Better get him ready in case anyone donates anything 64. Who else have we got? Hench hearts and give it, yeah. Right. How are you doing, me and Kat? How are you feeling today, brother? I hope you're feeling a little bit better still than yesterday. Vegan Realist in the house. Good to see you. Michael Askew. Good to see you. Bowie Growing. Love the thumbnail. Thank you. Where in the world are you, Bowie? And how's the vegan scene there? And welcome to the stream. So I got to hang out with Peach, her name was, little piglet that got rescued at Hillside Animal Sanctuary, which is down the road from me. Most summers they open up like the odd Sunday for visitors, but sadly because of COVID they're not open this year. But yeah, I got to hang out with her, so that was very... Sometimes when you do the influencer thing you get special treatment, and I got to go in with the animals and love them, so that was very nice. That's my favourite thing about being an influencer. Blood Hill, air fried chips with curried beans for me this morning. Nice. I got a can of sugar free baked beans, and I put a teaspoon of like a madras powder, a teaspoon of dried coriander leaves, and a teaspoon of dried mint leaves. Super delish. And I had a berry smoothie with it as well. Just because they're from last night, I don't want to waste them. Nice. Probably have oats for lunch instead. Yeah, I do that all the time. I'm not, do you know what I mean? I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word, but I don't mind eating like breakfast for dinner and dinner for breakfast. I'm not precious is the word I was trying to say. Vegan Metalhead, I can't because not a channel member. Well, that was your first mistake. Ethan is in Cardiff. Nice. I've been to Wales. I went to Snowdonia, beautiful part of the world. Vegan scene is pretty awesome here, as there's loads of us. Very good. That's what we like to hear, Ethan. And how long have you been vegan for? And how are you feeling? Oh, Mooncat with the emojis here. Look at that. What a guy. Oh god damn. Stian. I'm still full from yesterday's Hangout. They must have been some big ass tag. That's the trouble when food is so delicious. You really like stuff it in, don't you? And that can like mess you up for a little while. I don't know if I've seen you before, Stian. Have I? Where in the world are you? And how's the vegan scene there? I'm interested. Bowie is in Holland. Wow. In the villages there's almost no vegan food. Yep, but in the cities there's lots. Nice. Dutch doesn't really have its own cuisine though. No, I don't really. Yeah, I can't think of anything which I would consider to be Dutch or whatever. Yeah, good point. That's very interesting. Wow, how odd. Harry Green, hey, do you need protein powder to have muscles as a vegan? I'm slowly progressing with my muscle. No, you just need to have protein. So if you're trying to actually build muscle, and you're doing a progressive overload system, where you're trying to lift a little bit more weight or do a few more reps each week. Yeah, you just need to be in a positive nitrogen balance optimally to build muscle. If you're in a caloric surplus, so you're putting weight on in general, you only need about 1.6 grams of protein per kilo of fairly lean body weight. If you're like 50% body fat, well, knock off 35% of the protein like from the weight, because fat is inert tissue and doesn't need protein. And then if you're trying to maintain your body weight but grow muscle, or if you're trying to lose fat and maintain your muscle, more like 2 grams of protein per kilo of leanish body weight per day will be nearer optimal for most. But yeah, it doesn't matter where it comes from. Protein from powder is no more efficacious than protein from beans or from like grains or wherever. It's just a useful way. Like for me, being a larger sort of bodybuilder, having to eat a lot of like volume and eating a whole foods plant-based diet with a lot of fibre and water, just a couple of scoops of a protein powder means I can get extra protein, not have extra like fats and carbs and too much volume. So it's a tool, but for the masses, I would say don't eat it. Like stick to whole foods, And I obviously I'm an affiliate with a protein powder company, but this is me being straight with you. If you're not doing hard weight training, don't bother with a protein powder because you could eat something healthier. If, however, you do want the best quality protein, code HENCH10 link below. Give us Blood Hill, once my garden is established and I can afford it and bills, I'll probably join the channel. Thank you. Bless you. Cowboy. Yeah. Cowboy's a little off her food lately. She was sick twice yesterday, so we were a bit worried about her. I fed her this morning and she only ate a little bit, but she's not been sick, so that's good. You okay, Cowboy? He's eating. He's happy. Vegan Metalhead. Avant-garde Vegan is from Wales. Yeah, he's moved back there, hasn't he? Yeah. I met him at a camp. Super nice guy. Really lovely he was. Vegan Mooncat. All good today, I think. Nice. I'm going to do some cooking, go to the gym, and stream on Piece of Reach channel at 3:30 today, discussing non-vegan companies. Other than that, not much. Yeah. So if you want some entertainment this afternoon, guys, 3:30. Peace with Reese, RHYS. Yeah, Mooncat's on there. Is Vegan Vegeta coming on as well? Does he like stream or something? Like, I see he's not got any videos. Obviously, he's one of our regulars around here. Stian! Ah, welcome to the Herbivore Army. I love that. Thank you so much. That's really, really kind of you. Ah, welcome. So, yeah, just in case you don't know, we do a monthly members-only stream on a Wednesday. So I'll put a little announcement in the community tab so you get to see it on here, but the first Wednesday of every month, members only stream 6 p.m. so set a reminder for that. We hope to see you there. There's the Discord server. I don't know how you get access to that. What I'll do, Stian, is I will hang on, advertise Discord on community after the stream today. When we come off the stream now, I will put a link to the private Discord server, and you're welcome to hop on there any day and chat with us. What else do you get? Oh, so you got your emojis, you got your little symbol there. Anyway, welcome. Like that really means a lot, because obviously we can't do this unless like we're getting support, and that's like a monthly thing which will help us to keep the cameras rolling. So thank you so much. That means the absolute world, because you know, if not, I have to go and do a rubbish job where I don't help people and animals all day long, and that don't seem like any sort of a life to me now that I've been doing it. Bless you. Where was we? Oh yes, Dean. I've been watching your videos for quite a while, never caught a live stream. Nice. So we're on Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday at 9 a.m. UK time, and then Monday and Friday 6 p.m. GMT is me and Gemma as well. Aled, I haven't had a takeaway since going vegan. Any recommendations? Yeah, keep it up. Keep it up. That's my recommendation. I don't get takeaway just because of the health implications. So yeah, if anyone else wants to advise, but my advice is stay away from them. Sugar, like refined oils, fried foods, you know, they do shorten your life. They do lead to less happiness, like more pain in the body, the potential for disease, including like Alzheimer's. If you're eating like sugar, it's the worst thing. Dietary contributor to Alzheimer's is sugar, believe it or not. It's even worse than eating animal products. Mooncat is going to cook the old spicy Ethiopian lentil stew. Check that recipe out on his channel. I think you've got that recipe, haven't you? Super delicious food, really simple, lovely spices. What spice goes in that, Mooncat? I've forgotten. There's some special spice, isn't it? Not sumac. What goes in? I've forgotten. Metalhead, the nearest vegan restaurant is about an hour away. I went to 2 vegan restaurants Sunday. One makes veggie burgers in-house. Nice. Oh, Stian is in... am I pronouncing your name properly? I've got no frame of reference, I'm afraid. I'm from Norway. Vegan scene is not that good, but it's slightly improving. Nice. Not many of us around. I feel quite alone about it, to the point that I'm almost hide it from people. Are you in like a city or like a village, Stian? And of course, like more rural areas is going to be even harder. But in a city, I would recommend maybe advertising, if you're the sort of person, maybe trying to start a meetup group, you know, because you'll be surprised, you know. If you're thinking that you want to meet other vegans, other people will be thinking it. And, you know, put a flyer outside a health food store or advertise online, meet like the sort of meetup kind of groups and whatever. You might be surprised, and you might start the revolution. You might start things snowballing. JL, from your perspective, how will veganism help us evolve? Well, I guess it's just in terms of, I think it's perspective. That's the thing, that people need to learn perspectives and just having thought for others and thinking, would I like to be put through that? And when I was younger, you know, I was a bouncer. I was acting out of fear and insecurity, and if I got an opportunity, like I would be horrible to someone just because I didn't like people like picking on me or whatever, and I just wanted to seem like the biggest animal so people wouldn't mess with me. It's all out of insecurity and just stupid. And I just thought to myself, if I don't want, then I went vegan, and I thought, if I don't want to harm a chicken I've never met, you know, if someone's rude to me, do I need to punch him in the mouth, or can I just forgive them? Can I think, oh, he's suffering, his suffering's spilling over, can I forgive that? Maybe he doesn't pass that on to the next person. And I'm just exponentially happier. Like, it's so good for the soul. Yeah, so that was my evolution anyway. And I hope, and, you know, I think speciesism is the root. You know, it's very easy to be unkind to an animal who doesn't look like us, and if you're working in a slaughterhouse, you're killing animals. The instances of domestic abuse around a newly opened slaughterhouse goes up 300%, like recorded cases of domestic abuse. You know, cowboy, you okay? It just gives you a bit of perspective. You just actually think of others and not just of yourself. Not that you're the center of the universe and that everything affects everything. And I used to be a horrible person, and now I like to think that, you know, I would rather give someone a hug. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't want to be like hurting people, and people who do, like, it's out of insecurity. I think if you look at like spiritual teachers, they will say there's two base drivers. One is fear and one is love. And out of fear stem all the negative emotions. Out of love stem all the positive ones. And choose love. Like, you'd just be so much happier. So much happier. Imagine 8 billion people all working together, all helping each other. We could do anything. Ethan, I've been vegan since January. Nice. So nearly-ish, well, not that new. It's nearly July, isn't it? So about 6 months. Very good. Feeling better than ever, and now looking to get my lowest weight in best shape. Wish I did it sooner. Let's have a round of applause for Ethan finding veganism. Did you do the veganuary thing then? Is that how that started? And well done. If I just send you twitches. Morning, lovely. How are you?
So.
Yeah, medium. Medium grimace. Yeah. Gemma's coming down with a bit of a cold, we think. It's a bit naff, bless her. Yeah, you will. Harry, thank you, Paul. I've been looking for a protein powder, only 17, but all the protein powders are so expensive, so I'm trying to get all the protein as best I can. It's really hard. So, legumes, you know, all your beans, chickpeas, split peas, lentils, they're super cheap. Out of all the whole plant foods, like, they're the highest in protein. Tofu can be relatively inexpensive, like that's super high in protein. Little tofu in an otherwise whole foods plant-based diet, I don't see as particularly detrimental. It's not as healthy as the legumes which it supplants, but, you know, it's still very good, and, you know, no negatives. So whole grains as well, they have a lot of protein. A little bit of nuts and seeds you need for your fats, that has protein in it. You don't need masses. Just if you're like a Johnny Meehan, welcome to the Herbivore Army. We've got another new recruit. Thank you so much for your pledge of support. Same as I was saying to Stian earlier, I don't know if you were in here or not, so I'll just repeat it. I will, in the community tab, I'll post the Discord server link, so you can join and chat to us on there any day you want. All the channel members and patrons basically are on there. Me and Gemma hop on most days. We'll have a live stream first Wednesday of every month, which is members only. 6 p.m. Obviously, you've got your emojis, your little icon there. I think that's all the things. Welcome and thank you so much for your pledge of support. That really helps and it means the world to me. It really does. What a guy. Oh, what a great day. Right, where are we? Stian, I'm lucky enough to earn more than I need for a good life, so I don't mind supporting those who strive for change. Bless you. Thank you so much. Paying it forwards there. I respect that. Bloodhill, I used to watch a lot of avant-garde, but he uses the same descriptive words for all his dishes and praises them a lot. I get this off the most, but it's excessive sometimes, right? Yeah. Yeah, Vegeta is on the stream. Oh, Burberry spice, of course it is. Burberry spice. Let's have an Ethiopian stew soon. I just remembered that.
Yeah, hi everybody.
Yeah, baby. Angel, I'm not sure how I feel about Gaz Oakley. I saw his video moving back, and he was talking about moving back nature while he was driving his Jaguar and then cooking lemon tea wearing Versace sunglasses. Matthew, have you seen Seaspiracy? No, I think it speaks out more about the imbalance in nature and damage humans have done. Yeah, it sounds like an awesome film. I just can't subject myself to all the horrors. It really just does a number on me. So for me, I'll focus on the solution rather than the problem. But I'm so glad that it's out there because a lot of people just don't know, do they? And they do need to see it. So fantastic. Stian is in Oslo, yeah, which is the capital. I actually knew that. I'm not great on geography normally, so there's probably meetups. Just find it hard to meet new people if I'm honest. Oh, in terms of like being more like introverted, because I was hugely that way before the vegan thing, and it was actually going to the vegan meetup group. The first week I was super uncomfortable, and the second week I was pretty uncomfortable. But by the third week, just because all the people wanted the same thing and they were all passionate, and you got something in common that you're excited and passionate about, that really brought me out of my shell. So yeah, but I totally get it. I never thought that I would be I feel like I'm quite extroverted now. I never thought I would be that way, but veganism did it for me. And it was finding the right group of people. I think maybe it wasn't that I was introverted, it was that I didn't want to have much to say to people who weren't vegan before. But yeah, okay, that's interesting. Thanks for being so open and vulnerable. That's super cool. I love it when people are vulnerable like that. It allows you to be vulnerable, and that forges deep connections. So I think you would be good at meeting people with a little bit of practice. But I know it's super scary at first, isn't it? I totally get it. I went through that. Then I had to go through. Well, first of all, I went through the YouTube thing and being nervous of doing YouTube. Then nervous of like social, and then I got used to that. And then going on other people's channels, podcasts, TV, film. Yeah, having to go through all that nerves again. And, you know, I can still have bad days now. Like, some are better than others. Typically more good days than bad. And then, like, public speaking, which I thought I'd never do. But because this thing is so important to me, like, it just helped. It pushed me out of my comfort zone. And I was happy to do it. And I think I'm a learned extrovert. I think I was an introvert, but I'm a learned extrovert. I think that's it. Anyway, yeah, thanks for being so open and vulnerable. That is super cool, and I think you would make a great friend. That's some real basics that we should have, is the ability to be vulnerable. But of course, out of fear, often we don't choose to be vulnerable because some nasty people will take advantage, and you know, and then that like ruins it for you again. Do you know what I mean? But if I can get there, we can all get there, is what I'm thinking. A Brit in Bangkok, what is your opinion on juicing fruit? Rubbish. And veg, brilliant. You've probably had this question a lot. I sure have. How's Bangkok, by the way? I hear Thailand is great for vegans in general. How is it in the capital? So juicing fruit, you're extracting the sugar from the fibre, and then when that enters the body, it absorbs far too quickly, causes issues, raised triglycerides, can lead to fatty liver disease, can lead to Alzheimer's disease. Free sugar raises your risk for Alzheimer's more than some like animal foods with the sat fat and everything. So I would never drink fruit juice. I just wouldn't. Vegetables, however, you know, if it's like greens and stuff, celery, brilliant. There's hardly any sugar. There's tons of nutrients. And if you're having that on top of your whole foods plant-based diet, well, you're just getting like much more nutrition in that you wouldn't have been able to, because you know, I can eat up to 160 grams of fiber per day, but it starts to get difficult. And yeah, you know, you don't want to keep putting in tons and tons, like ridiculous amounts. But yeah, juicing it is absolutely fine. Fruit in smoothie form is fine as well, because I think the science there is that the smoothie is so sort of thick, it takes a long time to empty from the stomach into the small intestine, so that you're slowing the absorption rate again, because you've got the fibre like in there, you see. So smoothies fine, juices, I would never drink fruit juice. But vegetable juice, yeah, particularly like greens, celery, yeah, I think that's nothing but a benefit. Bloodhill, is it a dick move to wait for Lidl next level burgers accepted to be reduced in price? I don't eat them, but I do want to support the products, but I'm on a tight budget. Oh, I'm on a budget, as I'm sure you're going by now. You can only do what you can do, can't you? Do you know what I mean? I don't think that's a dick move. I think you have the right to live within your means. I don't think anyone will look down on you for that. Good old Robert Pacino is here. Henzu. That is a cool name. That sounds Japanese to me. Hey Paul, I hope your weekend was good. I hope Gemma feels better soon. Thank you, lovely. And I hope you're doing well with your lovely little avatar there. Metalhead, my workplace made a stir fry. They cooked the non-vegan ingredients separate and made me some tofu. Nice. I'm glad to hear they're looking after you. And you met up with 4 other vegans. Brilliant. So we all need a bit of community. Harry Coxlock is here. Good to see you again. Stian, it's how you get people to open up, by showing that you're not afraid of it. Yeah, exactly that. And when you're sort of looking half confident or whatever, you know, then they can feel in the same way. I'll tell you what else helped me get out of my shell with the social thing. It's weird. So I was quite socially phobic. And when I met like 1 or 2 of my sort of heroes of veganism, like I was really tongue-tied. And then I started to get a little bit of notoriety, and people would come up to me at a festival or whatever, and they would be they would be nervous and tongue-tied, and I learned just to ask people questions, ask them how they're doing, and where do you live, and how long it take to get what have you enjoyed eating so far, and then they sort of forget to be nervous, and you just build a nice connection, and it's like you have to step up because that person's more nervous than you, so that kind of gives you confidence. If you see how that works, and that's what got me out of my shell really. And now I love meeting people. It's my favourite thing to do. So I think I've probably always been an extrovert, but I was like a nervous extrovert. So I learned to sort of kill the nerves by learning to ask questions, and it's super easy actually, but it's just breathing through that fear, you know, which isn't. Yeah, I can say it's easy, but when you're there and your heart's like racing. Best thing to calm down your racing heart, physiological sighs, they're called, physiological sighs. 2 breaths in, like a really long breath out. 1 to 3 of those just brings your adrenaline like right down. It's the quickest way to bring your adrenaline down. And then when your heart's not racing, your brain, your neocortex comes back online, and you can actually think of things to say. So that works. So yes, physiological sighs. 2 breaths in, sharpish, long breath out, and that can save you. You can then calm down and think of The main thing when you're with people really is ask about them, like act interested in what they're doing, like how long have they been vegan, all that sort of thing, and then they feel like listened to, and then they want to ask you things. And again, if you're at a vegan place, well, you've got something in common to talk about and to be passionate about. And I don't know, I've found it's super easy to connect with almost anyone, however shy they generally are. For the most part, I can connect with them if they're vegan. Angel Cooper very kindly donated £4.99. You are very lovely. Would you ever do activism similar to how Joey Carbstrong does? I've done plenty. Or do you prefer what you're doing now? Yeah, I prefer what I'm doing now. I think, you know, I guess so he's doing street activism. So yeah, I mean, I've done street activism. I've got a few videos on my channel. But I find it a little uncomfortable to approach non-vegans, and oftentimes they're defensive and then it can get a bit tense, and I just feel a bit too uncomfortable to really enjoy that. And he's advocating from the animal rights aspect, whereas my USP, I think, my wheelhouse really is health and sports performance. So yeah, and I just find I can reach a lot more people purely through video than. But obviously, I mean, he films his live stuff. So, never say never. But, yeah, I don't really enjoy trying to sort of talk people around. And then, you've got to shove a camera in their face, and that's a bit awkward. And, yeah, I don't really enjoy that way of doing things. I prefer to lead by example, show my best life and educate, and I prefer to do that through video, with just me and a camera rather than one-on-one. But yeah, never say never. I've done a few and some of them went really, really well actually. But I just feel generally sort of uncomfortable for most of the day. And, and the person you're talking to, more often than not, they're having negative emotions. And yeah, I just don't enjoy it. Don't really enjoy it. But great question, and thank you for your kind support. James Martin very generously donated £4.99. Thank you so much for your videos. Because of you, I've decided to work on my health. Nice. Been a doily vegan for 3 years, but now I want to work on health. Thank you. Thank you. That makes my day. It just feels nice to me to think that all over the world, people will live longer and happier and healthier because of something I said, and that brings so much joy to me, and that's why I get out of bed every morning. So thank you for your support. That's huge. Brilliant. Right, where was we? How are we doing for time, by the way? Blink Connect, 10 minutes guys, 10 minutes. Get your comments or questions in. Aled, I used to be very extroverted until I went vegan. I have no friends. Standard. Larry, are soy products bad and are they harmful in Europe? Well, I would say products like whole soybeans, edamame beans, tempeh, excellent for health. Tofu, pretty good for health. Real ultra refined powders and soy-based meat replacements with loads of oil and things not so good. Stick to the whole foods. But yeah, whole soy products, Europe or globally, it's all the same physiology. Yeah, really good. There is some suggestion of sort of 7 or more servings a day, raising serum IGF-1 levels to the point where it could raise your risk of cancer. But amino acids are amino acids, and whether they came from soy or a range of different plants and you ended up with the same types of aminos, surely it's going to be the same thing. So I don't really pay any attention to that. And the other thing is, why would you be eating 7 servings of soy when you should eat the most diverse range of foods possible? So I think 3 servings a day, that's probably the most I do, because I like to eat, and in fact personally I would just eat 1 serving and I would eat loads of other beans instead throughout the day, things like that. Blood Hill, dude, there's definitely more to Seaspiracy than fish. Slavery on the high seas, please consider it. No, I hear that you're saying about suffering. Yeah, no, my internal fire is already stoked. I'm basically promoting veganism from the minute I get up to the minute I go to bed. If I had to stop to watch Seaspiracy, well, there's an hour and a half where I'm not. So it wounds me. I watched a little bit of Earthlings, and that wrecked me for about 2 weeks. It almost made me not be able to function. I was just miserable. I just had this nightmare, and I felt how it would feel to be a cow in a slaughterhouse waiting to be killed. I felt what that would feel like. I felt despair and I felt dread, and it wrecked me for like 2 weeks. It just made me sad, and I just thought the world is evil, and like it ruined me, and I wasn't as effective as an activist, and I don't want to feel like that. So no, I will not consider it. Larry, a lot of nutrition experts that I have watched say that a vegan diet isn't the healthiest. What do you think about that? I think they are not experts. And if they're saying a vegan diet and they're a nutritionist, well, they should hand in their whatever credentials they might have, because there's no such thing as the vegan diet, and vegan just means an ethical stance. So it tells me what you're not eating. Don't tell me what you are eating. And if you're eating Oreos and drinking Coca-Cola and eating donuts, well, a mixed omnivorous and whole foods plant-based diet may actually be healthier if you're eating a low enough amount of animal products. But if they're trying to say that a diet exclusively of whole grains, legumes, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices is unhealthy, every credible nutrition authority in the world says limit cholesterol and saturated fat. So like limit or eradicate, and that's code for animal products. So they're saying limit or eradicate animal products and eat more whole plant foods. So that is the scientific consensus. If they're saying that that is unhealthy, I would say, well, that's not the consensus. That's not what the vast majority of experts in the world are saying. Like the vast majority, nearly everyone. So if you want to make such an outrageous, like phenomenal claim, like you need evidence like equal to that. Like show me your evidence that a whole foods plant-based diet is not healthy. There is no evidence. Like every study shows that it's, the more whole plant foods we eat and less animal products and processed junk we eat, the happier and healthier and longer we live. Like the evidence is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. They just basically are a complete moron, and they're certainly not an expert. Burning Cornflake, what's up, Hench, you sexy beast? Well, I like you. You can come here again. Aled, are smoothies only healthy if they are thick? That's an interesting question. I suppose like their GI would perhaps go up, like the thinner they are. Yeah, so that's it. I've never heard any science on all of that, but yeah, I like mine to be fairly thick. I wouldn't want like juice, and that say you had like a litre of orange juice and you put one berry in there. Typically that's a smoothie, but it's gonna act like juice, isn't it? So yeah, I guess you want it to be pretty thick. That's a great question. Yvonne is in the house all the way from Cali. I bet you've got an amazing vegan scene where you are. I'd probably be very jealous. Thanks for joining. Typical gamer. Hello, Hench. My mate has Crohn's disease. Do you have any tips for what to do? Crohn's. I think nutritionfacts.org have got a video on that. Let's have a look. Nutritionfacts.org. Crohn. Achieving remission of Crohn's. Best diet for Crohn's. Switching to a plant-based diet has been shown to achieve far better outcomes than those reported on conventional treatments. This is from a month ago. Copy. I'll put it in the chat there. So that's a nutrition facts video. In both active and quiescent stages in both Crohn's and ulcerative colitis. Oh, so it's an inflammatory bowel disease. Yeah, so one of my clients was the Norwich City Football Club captain some years back, Russell Martin. He had ulcerative colitis, reversed it with a whole foods plant-based diet. So I imagine it's similar. So yeah, you want to avoid sulfur-containing amino acids by and large. So that's basically, you don't want to eat much in the way of animal products because they are rich in sulfur-containing aminos. And then in terms of vegan foods, which have these sort of compounds in, sulfites to preserve wine, sulfur dioxide in some dried fruits, in desiccated coconut. So you want to avoid those. That will be like the main, the main thing. Stian, Blend Tech or Vitamix? We've always had a Vitamix and can't fault it. Had it like a decade. Amazing machine. I hear Blend Tech are good as well, though. I've never tried them. Sorry, I missed that earlier, didn't I? Okay, why have I missed some people's questions? JL, it's important that we do our best to mitigate suffering. Sometimes I feel that responsibility, you can become more susceptible to pain. And yeah. I have become so empathic. Is it empathic or empathetic? I guess it's empathic. Yeah, it really hurts me to even consider anything, even like sort of hypotheticals, like where anyone's suffering. I can't stand it. I heard a mum threatening her little boy, if he doesn't behave, she's going to melt all his dinosaurs. I cried my eyes out. Just thought, how can you say that to a little boy? Like, you're meant to be someone you love, and just trying to be that nasty. Like, I thought I'll buy him all the dinosaurs. Larry, is it immoral to kill insects for food? Well, they're sentient, and can they feel pain? I don't believe they can feel pain. Is it immoral? I suppose like it depends on what your morals are, but from my perspective, if they're living, they have their own wishes, and so, you know, who are we? Like, I think it's immoral. But of course, they are sentient. They, they seek pleasure and to procreate and to eat. If you sort of go at one, like they try to get away from you, you can see that they're sentient. I think that's pretty obvious. Yeah, they don't feel pain, but like, some humans may have some nerve damage where they don't feel pain. So is that all right to chop their arms and legs off if they can't feel it? And the only difference really with insects and other animals is, well, there's a few differences, but the main one is size. So people think, oh, they're only little, like they don't matter. But what has size got to do with the right to life? Do you know what I mean? If like a massive alien came here and then we were an insect to them, are you okay with them standing on you? Or would you rather that they didn't? That's my rubbish analogy. Mooncat, I like drinking homemade green juice, cucumber, celery, lime, apple, kale, and ginger. Nice. I would drink that with like just a little apple. I would have maybe like no more than about 10%. But yeah, in a load of veg like that, or with a bit of ginger. Do you know, I might try that later today. That sounds delicious. I just wouldn't go too mad with fruit juice. Not after the Scherzey's book. That's really worried me, that has, because I think Alzheimer's is one of the very worst bloody diseases. Blood Hill. My favourite local restaurant recently made half its menu vegan, and that makes up 70% of their sales. I never had such tasty carrots or cauliflower. Nice. I'll tell you what I had recently is, it's called like Lox or something, LOX. I think it's is it Belgian? No, it's from the Netherlands somewhere. Anyway, it's made with salmon, but they really sort of highly salt these carrots, and I don't know if they put some sort of spice or something, but super delicious. Very similar sort of profile to smoked salmon, but without the horrible fishy bit. Larry, do you know Wim Hof, and do you take ice baths for the immune system? I know him well. I've never met him, but no, every day I do the cold shower, I do the breath work, and I meditate. And he's huge. Yeah, I've done one ice bath. We couldn't get enough ice in there, so we're gonna get a load more ice. There is a video on my channel where I did a river plunge recently, which was quite cold. I was shaking for ages after, and I did go in the sea recently, but that was that was a bit too warm. But yeah, I have a freezing cold shower every morning. That's about the first thing I do. I love it. Yeah, he's great. And yeah, so it is really good for the immune system. So it actually bumps up your adrenaline. And yeah, that actually tunes up your immune system for some reason. Not sure why. Sleepy Bear in the house, you're very kind. You can come again. Gabriel, pre-workout dates or beet juice? Both. Dates for energy and beet juice for pumps, vasodilation, so endurance, and yeah, fantastic. Larry, should everyone live no waste? Well, ideally, but I think we're just not set up for that at the minute, are we? Bjorn, you lovely person, kindly donated 22 knocks. No question, there's just that cool fox there, and he's just giving me love. No question, he's just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTuber out of the kindness of his Ironsides. Thank you, Bjorn, you're a lovely man. JL, do you like sci-fi? We just watched Star Wars episode 1 through, we're just halfway through episode 9 at the minute. We watched the whole lot. So I guess so. Angel, Paul should just thought, as you said, sports performance, you should visit universities and do talks there in sports halls would be brilliant. Yeah, but then I wouldn't be making videos. But thank you. Yeah, I did a few talks in the past, but yeah, it's not really, it doesn't bring me as much joy as making videos, because with a video you can reach so many more people, and sadly talks on YouTube, they get no views. But no, I do agree, we do need like good athletes going into like schools and colleges and universities and places. It would be very good. Blood, Joey still throws your name about when he asks people about muscle building, probably because he knows you as opposed to any of the most famous bodybuilders. How dare you? I'm the most famous. Elliot, Hench, if I ever see you walking down the street, can I speak? No, don't you dare. I would be miffed if you didn't. Do you know, I meet so many of you lovely people at an event, but then however many people I meet and they shake hands and we have a hug or whatever, you know, and we have a lovely chat. However many people I meet, there's equally as many people message me and said, oh, I saw you at Camp Out, but I didn't come over. And I think like, oh, could have met like another friend. Like I love, it's my favourite thing. It's my favourite thing about doing this is meeting new friends who I just haven't met yet. It's freaking amazing. So if you don't come and say hello, I will be angry, Alid, and I will hunt you down. JL, do you like oat milk or almond milk more? I don't really like either. The only plant milk I tend to use, if I can help it, is I rarely use a plant milk, really. But if I want to pump my protein up a little bit, I may add like soya milk into a protein shake or something, or a smoothie. I just see soya milk is just so much more nutritious and protein rich than all the other ones. I would use almond or oat milk, you know, if I wanted a creamy drink or something, just for a change. It would be very rare. And I would look for one without additives, ideally. Stephen Carter in the house. Soup. Steen, Earthings is what made me go vegan. I felt so stupid, I went vegan the day after. Nice, been vegan 3.5 years. Let's have a round of applause for Steen. Very good. Jid is in the house. I love your I love your avatar there. That cat is cool. Where in the world are you, Jid? How's the vegan scene and how's veganism treating you? JL, what do you do to keep a smile on your face? Well, I've already said ice cold shower, breath work, meditation, living my purpose, I'd say is number one. Eating a whole foods, plant-based diet. Having a partner who like I'm deeply in love with and couldn't care more for. Yeah, I'd say they're the main things. I'd say they're the main things. I'll tell you what else is good is CBD oil for if you've got a bit of depression or whatever or anxiety. That can be an aid. Link below. Something I take it daily. I take it 3 times a day. Morning, Richard Benham. How are you doing? Blood Hill. Fair enough. Cowspiracy brought me to tears, but I wouldn't be half as informed. Or yeah, this is it. I mean, if people are not going for it, hammer and tongs, yeah, it'll do them great to see. I mean, I didn't want to go to an animal save, but the first time one came to my area, I promoted it. And then I sort of felt, well, if I've promoted it, I ought to really sort of show my face. And, you know, I went there and, you know, the stench of like death, it just smelled like hell. It just smelled like evil. I never smelled anything like it. And, you know, the trucks turned up and I was looking at this chicken and we sort of caught eyes. And I saw that this chicken was intelligent and like had a soul, and we like connected. And then I remembered what's about to happen like in the next few minutes, and my fist clenched and I wanted to just smash everything. I felt like borderline psychotic, and I had to like break myself away and snap myself out of it. And I thought, you know, I felt pleased that I'd made a connection with someone who wasn't like me, who had feathers and like wings and a beak, but still there was that same connection as if that was a person, you know, about to have that done to them. And yeah, it did help. It really relit the fire under my ass. I sort of said like, all right, I'm going to double my efforts, but the fact is I can't double my efforts because I'm basically doing this all day, every day as it is. But yeah, it is good for people, but I would never go again. Because it just affects me too badly. I don't need to keep seeing it, you know. I really don't. I just need to keep doing stuff about it. I see so many activists and people burn out, and they watch every bit of slaughter footage, like they go to every vigil, you know, and they burn hot and then they burn out and then they're no use to anyone, and they're depressed, like they got like clinical depression, and they're angry and they're nasty to like non-vegans, and they're doing more harm than good, you know. So for me, focus on the solution rather than the problem. But yeah, if people haven't seen anything, yeah, they do need to see Cowspiracy or Earthlings or go to a vigil. Yeah, I quite agree. I just don't need to keep doing it. Grumpy Vegan Grandad in the house. Subscribe to him. He's good stuff. Morning to you. And thank you for my glowing recommendation for my course, by the way. I really appreciate that. That's very helpful. I need to get more protein powder. Do you have a discount code? So Hench10 at Vivo Life. You need to use my link though. So the link is below. But it's only a one-off with Vivo Life. You can only ever use one discount code one time. But if you decide to keep using that service, I do get a little like backhander, so that does help promote the channel. Unless you can find equally good powder for cheaper elsewhere, in which case I wouldn't be upset if you chose to do that. And thank you. Natalie, what would you recommend for healthy weight gain? I lost a bit of weight after surgery in May. Just whole foods, plant-based. It's the same answer to everything, you know, whether you're trying to build muscle or fight disease or whatever, or trying to build up. It's the same thing, whole plant foods. So mainly legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices. Now the trouble comes with if you've got a smaller tummy, you know, and you're trying to like say gain weight. So then you want to emphasize more like the more calorically dense food. So that would be your legumes, your whole grains, tropical fruits, dried fruits, tubers, pretty good, you know, potatoes, sweet potatoes, yams, cassava. You may want to go a bit heavier on the other fat foods, so nuts, seeds, whole nut and seed butters, avocados. And you want to go a bit lighter. You want to eat the minimum of things like leafy greens. I'd say get a couple of 100 grams of leafy greens in a day for the vitamin K, for the minerals. But you don't want to eat like a wheelbarrow full of kale, you know, with no calories, but loads of amazing nutrition, like micronutrients. But then you've not got enough calories and you'll be going down in weight instead of up. So that's what I would say. You can consider smoothies as well. It's a lot easier to drink calories than to eat them, and they're still healthful because the fibre is there. If still you're struggling, maybe 1 or 2 servings of like a protein powder you could add in, but it shouldn't be necessary. Again though, if you're trying to go up in weight, you know, you don't want to put like loads of fat on. So I would suggest you probably ought to be doing some sort of resistance training. So either like traditional weight training or CrossFit stuff, or calisthenics, anything where you're trying to get progressively stronger, like slowly over time. Because obviously like fat, you know, you need, you know, you want to be ultra ripped. Like it's unhealthy to be like 5% body fat or something. But I wouldn't say you're quite small now and you're quite toned, and then like you're not doing any weight training, but you're eating a caloric excess. It's very possible just to put a load of fat on and no muscle, and so that's not healthy either. So yeah, I would say ideally, you know, 2 or 3 times a week, you ought to be doing some kind of squat movement pattern, ideally some sort of deadlift movement pattern. So you're doing your quad dominant legs, like your posterior chain with your low back, your glutes, your hamstrings, you know, some sort of chest and shoulder press, some sort of row or pull down. Just the compound moves that use multiple joints, you know, multiple muscles at once. In the absence of high testosterone, like you're not going to turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger, so don't worry about that. But you will build, you know, a good amount of muscle that will keep you, you know, make you a nice shape and keep you strong. It's also load bearing, so it strengthens the bones. I think everyone should be doing weight training. I think everyone should be doing it. And into old age, you know, we won't be struggling to get out of the chair. And if we fall, you know, we won't be breaking our hips, you know, because we're doing this load bearing all the time and strengthening, not just muscle, but bone as well. And also that training will make you hungry. So you want to eat more. So I hope that helps. Right. Lovely. I think I'm going to call it there because I need to go in. I'm going to do some hill sprints today, get some big, strong legs and some healthy heart and lungs. So do as I do. And guys, thanks so much for hanging out. I really love hanging out with you guys. It's it feels really good to me. I really enjoy it. So moderators, thanks for keeping us troll free. Thanks for the several super chats today, keeping the beans on my toes, the walls through the door and the cameras rolling. We're back tomorrow night, 6 p.m. GMT, me and the little lady. Set a reminder on your phone because YouTube won't tell you. They're bloody rubbish. Follow us on the gram, hench_herbivore and Gemma_herbivore. Daily posts, like stories, you can see what we're getting up to if you're interested in such things. If you're new, we'd love you to become part of this wonderful community. So hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you're notified of new videos. I might try and do a Sferridge response maybe today. He criticised young vegans. He was a super nice vegan lad. I know him and he's really cool. Wouldn't harm a fly. So we'll stand up for him. Yeah, the cookbooks still half price, $4.99. Virtual vegan desserts. And where do you get your protein? Healthy recipes, but delicious. So link below if you want to check them out. And I think that's everything. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Just to reiterate, so you know when the streams are. So it's Monday and Friday, 6 p.m. for me and Gemma. And then Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday at 9 a.m. Just me here. So yeah, hope to see you at as many of them as possible. Have a lovely day. Thanks for hanging out. I've lost my mouse. See you soon, guys. Have a good one. Bye for now.